Hi, thanks for being in a new video. Let me tell you what I liked most and least about the HUAWEI Pura70 Ultra after testing it in case you are considering buying it. So, as always, let me tell you, don't buy the HUAWEI Pura70 Ultra without watching this video. Consider its launch price in Mexico, which has been 30,999 pesos. Although I must anticipate that Huawei usually puts it in promotions where it gives it much cheaper, and that makes it more attractive. Let's start with what I like the most. It integrates crystal armor Kunlun glass, which is exaggeratedly hard. If this device is dropped, it has a very high chance of surviving, unlike other devices. In fact, I think it's tougher than Gorilla Glass. It also integrates infrared to make it a universal remote control. This is a feature that is not very common in the high end. Usually at the high end, they go for just the control of Internet of Things devices. But Huawei still retains the infrared. The front camera is exaggeratedly wide. If you're really into group shots, you're going to really enjoy this camera. The rear camera has variable aperture from f1.6 to f4.0. If you know photography, you will appreciate the variable aperture, which is something very unusual in smartphones. Your telephoto camera has zoom 3.5x with f2.1 aperture, which is very bright and also has macro capabilities. It is a telephoto camera that you are really going to enjoy a lot, although perhaps at maximum zoom, it does not reach such an amazing level as other devices. The capture speed is lightning fast. Remember that Huawei offers a technology so that even if there are moving images with two accelerated movements, the device achieves a very stable capture. It supports ISO of 409,600. Again, if you know a lot about photography, you will notice that this is an exaggeratedly high ISO, especially compared to the smartphone market. This is thanks to the fact that it has a RYYB sensor. In manual mode, you can set this very high ISO. Zoom up to 30x is still at a very good level. In fact, before taking the picture in the preview, you also have a good experience. Unlike other Android that in the preview looks very ugly and after processing the image will improve. At night, it takes good pictures, even applying zoom, so this good telephoto lens aperture is appreciated. Macro photography is also very good thanks to this telephoto lens, and portrait photography is also very nice. Overall, the camera photography is too good on this device. Moreover, it gives you full HD slow motion at 960 frames per second. This is a feature that other devices, even with more powerful processors, do not offer you. In fact, it also gives you front-facing slow motion at 240 frames per second, which again is something that others don't offer because most stay at 120 frames per second. The customization that MUI 14 gives you is pretty good. For example, on the lock screen you can apply some attractive themes. The 100-watt charger is included in the box and will charge you to 100% in 44 minutes. In fact, in just 15 minutes of charging, it practically goes to 50%. So it's a very useful tool for recovering power with a lot of speed. In fact, it also supports 80-watt wireless charging and gives 20-watt reversible wireless charging. Everything about charging this device is a positive thing. It also integrates a desktop mode, so if you connect to an external display, you can display your apps as windows. And you know that if you connect Bluetooth accessories like keyboard and mouse to it, you could have a much higher productivity experience. Its ecosystem is huge, with very good compatibility between devices. Remember that Huawei offers you a tremendous variety of watches, a good catalog of computers at different price points, a good catalog of headphones in different styles, and all of it has nice interaction with each other, so it's very good. It also includes Petal Clips, which is a completely free video editor with no watermark. And finally, the gaming performance is outstanding considering it doesn't have a state-of-the-art processor. The truth is that Huawei has done a very good optimization on this device. But now let me tell you what I didn't like. The equalizer of Huawei Highstand is only available when you use wired headphones. That is, you can't change the sound style of the speakers, and if you use wireless headphones, you don't have equalizer either. The front camera's portrait mode doesn't keep objects in focus, so if you take portrait pictures with this camera, the result can look very fake and artificial, especially if you're close to an object. If there is no object around you, the photos will come out fine. A video recording with the front camera at night is really bad. This is as a consequence of having such a wide camera. It doesn't have such a good light input. So if you're going to record with the front camera in low light scenarios, yes, you're going to notice that you're not going to get the quality you'd expect. And when recording video, it doesn't let you rotate between the rear camera and the front camera. That is something that Huawei did allow in other generations, and curiously they have removed it from this device. In addition, you know that it does not have Google services pre-installed, although if you install Micro G from the app gallery, you could practically solve all these problems. But since they still don't come pre-installed, we'll keep mentioning it. In addition, it does not offer a clear update policy. Although being a high-end device, we expect that it does have several assured updates. However, this is not something officially communicated by Huawei. In Mexico, it does not have support for 5G networks. This is undoubtedly one of the weakest points compared to all its competitors that do have this technology. In fact, curiously, in Mexico, it does not have eSIM either. So, if you travel a lot, you will have to buy physical SIM cards due to this lack. The graphic compatibility in games is not that advanced, and you may have some problems when recovering progress in some games and the like. So for gaming, I don't recommend it as much. And lastly, the screen recordings are in a lower resolution than HD. So I wish Huawei would allow us to modify the settings of the screen recordings. If you already bought it, let me know how much it cost you. For the moment, we've reached the end of this video. If you liked it, you know you can let me know, and I'll see you next time.